Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Manichi. It's time to review the latest horror film that's airing on Hulu right now. No, Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. Let me get my streaming services correct. It is the prequel to Orphan called Orphan First Kill. Ooh. Now, Orphan First Kill is a 2022 American psychological horror film that's directed by William Brett Bell, written by David Coggeshall. Now, the film stars Isabel Fuhrman, Julia Stiles, Rossif Sutherland, and Matthew Finlan. Now, in this film, after escaping an Estonian psychiatric facility, Esther travels to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. Now, before we learn the truth about Esther in the 2009 horror film Orphan, we believe that she's just another child killer that we've seen before, another horror movie. Whether it was Rhonda Penmark in the 1956 thriller The Bad Seed, changed to Emma Grossman in the 2018 Lifetime remake and the upcoming sequel, or Mark Evans from the 1993 thriller The Good Son, played gleefully by Macaulay Culkin, and the three murderous children, Curtis, Debbie, and Stephen, from the 1981 slasher horror film Bloody Birthday. Now, we have other horror films where children, such as The Children of the Corn, I believe there's a British film called The Children, and another film, I believe, in the 1980s, also called The Children, where we're seeing children as the killer. And we seem to have this fascinating because obviously kids are very cute, they seem innocent, but to see them actually be the killer is somewhat of a fascinating take when it comes to horror films. Now, as far as Orphan is concerned, you really have to give the filmmakers credit because, along with actress Isabel Fuhrman, credit for making such a brilliant and fascinating horror film. And of course, because of that fascinating twist that we see at the end of the third act, that really pulled the wool of everyone's eye, and that what made it such a fascinating horror film. Now, we've been clamoring for a sequel, and finally, after 13 years later, film director William Brett Bell and the filmmakers give us the 2022 prequel, Orphan First Kill. Now, after Lena makes a daring escape from an Estonian psychiatric facility, she decides to pose as the missing daughter of a wealthy American family, Esther Albright. Yeah, get it, Esther? So, along with Tricia, her husband Alan, and their oldest son Gunther, Lena, now Esther, finds herself living in a huge mansion ready to take full advantage of the non-suspecting family, or so we think. Now, I'm sure, just like everyone else is wondering, how the filmmaker is going to make Isabel Fuhrman, who is now 25 years old, look like a 9-year-old girl without any CGI effects. Because in the original film, I believe Isabel was probably like maybe 9, I think she was 12 at the time, and they did a fantastic job to make her look like a 9-year-old girl. Now it's 13 years later. She's now a grown woman. She's 25 years old. She's obviously a lot bigger than she was before. So it's going to be fascinating how they're going to pull this off. And if I read in places, they were able to put the actors on stilts so that way they look taller than she was. I believe they also used a couple of child actors as body doubles at times. They also use some type of forced perspective to make the fool of the audience, make her look like she's still 9 years old. And you really have to also give Isabel Fuhrman credit because she just looks like she did 13 years ago, looking as a child, basically. Now, one problem I do have with the film is that it does take a long while to get anything going. We see Esther heading back after she is taken from the Russian embassy, the American embassy in Russia, and they head back to someplace, I believe, in Connecticut. I don't know where. And this nice, fabulous mansion, we see Esther's rooms, and everything looks fine. And we do take some time, I guess, obviously trying to find out, well, who these parents are, what Esther was prior to her disappearing. And I believe that's what the filmmakers are trying to do, trying to set everything up. Now, like I said, we spent over at least half of the film where nothing happens. We do see Esther trying to bond with the Albrights, but there is no real character developments on who the Albrights are or what type of daughter the real Esther was. However, right during the middle of the second act, a twist occurs that I didn't even see coming, and I expected things to really pick up. I mean, you really have to give David Coggeshall real credit because it's a twist I didn't see become before. It really ups the stakes up, and I expected to see a battle of wills. when the twist occurs. Obviously, I'm not going to reveal it because this is a spoiler-free review, but I'm pretty sure people who have seen the film know what I'm talking about. However, for me, the film doesn't pick up at all, as the twist doesn't do anything to make the film any better. I mean, there is no tension nor suspense, no type of atmosphere that you need in a film like this. And as for me, everything seems dull and flat. I mean, what I'm expecting to see after that to happen is a little tug of war. We don't get that, and I was expecting a tug of war because, as we know how Lena is, she's very manipulative. She takes advantage of the fact that she looks like a 9-year-old girl, and she has strong wills. Yes, she does have her violent moments or outbursts that she has, probably because if you're in that type of condition, you get frustrated too. But I expected to see a battle of wills. What happened? And unfortunately, we don't get that. To me, we just don't get that. Now, Isabel Furman, at least she's fine. Once again, as Esther. She looks cute. She looks very innocent, and at times we do see the violence in her, especially in the first act of the film. But I believe the script doesn't allow her to be the threat that she was in the first film. That's what I wanted to see. I mean, for me, there is no danger felt for any of the Albrights, especially after the twist is revealed. Now, I do like the bonding that she has with Alan. I thought they were going to explore that more, but for some reason we don't. And I thought that's what the film was going to do because, as we learned in Orphan, I believe that's one of the things that she tried to do. She wanted to seduce the father, but they really don't get to see that. I don't know if they just missed the continuity or not, but that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how she bonds with the father and how she tries to seduce the father, but we don't see that. You really can't fault Julia Stiles or Rossif Sutherland as they are too hampered by David Coggins Hall's script. I don't know what he was thinking or what he was trying to do here, but he doesn't elevate the script to the point where it makes that twist really explore more in the film, really ups the ante. And I won't even go how bad everything is in the third act of the film, which for me is mostly a CGI mess with people making very dumb decisions and things that really couldn't happen in real life. I mean, there is one point in the film when we get to the third act, we'll definitely get the good son vibes. I'm pretty sure if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. I expected something to happen there, but it's just it seemed rushed to me. It seemed like let's hurry up and end the film and let's get this over with. So overall, for me, this is such a disappointment because I expected something much better. I expected something better. Instead of intense, suspenseful, and excellent horror thriller, what we have is a dull, boring, and lifeless one. Now, of course, I've been racking my brains trying to see what type of rating I'm going to give, but I can only give this film 1.5 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. I wanted to give this. I mean, it's not bad. I've seen bad horror films this year before, but for what they tried to do, and like I said, I really liked the twist, and I really thought they were going to do something with that. But to me, they certainly didn't. It's just a wasted effort. And again, I wanted to see that threat that Leela is, and unfortunately, she's not that threat here. And it's mainly because they didn't do anything with the twist. So for me, only 1.5 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. So there you have it. That is my review and video of Orphan First Kill. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share because it really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, what have you thought about Orphan Firstborn? Did you really like the movie? I know a couple people that I've seen did like the movie. We'll have to take a look, see what else is going on. If you did, please leave your comments in the comment section below. And again, if you're going to spoil the twist, please mark it before, because this is a spoiler-free review. So if you're going to spoil the twist, make sure you mark it. I don't want that spoiled in the comment section below. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.